Hello everyone, welcome to Late Night Stocks. Today's topic is Moderna, BioNTech and Novavax. Stock market is going down as well as vaccine stocks. For example, on Friday, Netflix dropped below $400. The earnings season is ahead and other big techs also can trigger further sell-offs. In this video, I'm gonna evaluate the latest news about the Omicron variant and evaluate the current situation in the pandemic. In addition to that, I'm gonna talk about each vaccine maker separately. Of course, your question is where's the dip? In order to have an idea about that, please watch the video till the end. Before we start, please give a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's start with a new subvariant, Stealth Omicron. Is subvariant BA.2 a more transmissible strain of COVID and should we be worried? According to World Health Organization, in some places the BA.2 has begun to spread faster, and initial analysis shows no differences in hospitalizations for BA.2 compared to BA.1. It is also expected that vaccines also have an effect against the severe illness upon BA.2 infection. This is not something to be worried, but it shows that the virus evolves further. My point is, as I already told you in previous videos, the Wall Street and the politicians are very optimistic, but we may be sitting on a ticking bomb. Let me show you the facts and myths about Omicron. A myth is Omicron can cause mild disease, and the fact Omicron appears to be less severe than the Delta variant, but it should not be seen as mild. According to World Health Organization, the myth is, with Omicron being less severe, we are nearing the end of the pandemic. The fact is, the end of the pandemic is not yet in sight. Their argument is, ending the pandemic requires us to get to much higher levels of vaccination in key target groups in the region and beyond. This is as much about vaccine equity between countries as within countries, and it must include getting all vulnerable individuals and healthcare workers vaccinated as a priority. Meanwhile, the Wall Street celebrated the end of pandemic actually in December. Omicron dims hope for achieving herd immunity against COVID-19, experts say. Let's have a look at the definition of herd immunity. This is a form of indirect protection from infectious disease that can occur with some diseases when a sufficient percentage of population has become immune to an infection, whether through previous infections or vaccination, thereby reducing the likelihood of infection for individuals who lack immunity. Disease experts note, however, that Omicron's transmissibility is aided by the fact that this variant is even better than its predecessors at infecting people who were vaccinated or had a prior infection. That ought to evidence that the coronavirus will continue to find ways to break through our immune defenses, they said. As you remember, last year, this argument was a game plan to end the pandemic. It didn't happen, and it seems it won't happen. These things were in media. We will reach herd immunity when 60% of population are vaccinated. It didn't happen. Then for 80%, it didn't happen. As horrible as it sounds, I think we have to prepare ourselves to the fact that the vast majority, essentially everyone, will get exposed to COVID-19. On the other hand, global health experts expect that the coronavirus will eventually become endemic, circulating persistently in the population and causing sporadic surges. Last but not least, we will get there, but we are not there at the moment. Whoa, it helps a lot. By the way, we have a late night stocks portfolio on Patreon. Recently, we sold our Activision Blizzard stake with more than 40% gain. We also answered the individual questions about the stock market. If you are interested, you can find the link down below the video. Vaccine stocks are falling like a rock. Previous week on Friday, the Moderna stock price was about $205. On this Friday, it was $160. More than 20% down. This makes no sense and I'm gonna prove it. Let's take a look at third quarter earnings. The company made $5 billion in revenue and the net income was $3.3 billion. Its cash was $15 billion. Last quarter, Instead of deliveries to low-income countries through COVAX and African Union, the company could earn more than $1 billion per month. If we iterate the earnings, the company should have at least $20 billion cash. Its market cap is about $60 billion, and this makes 3 price-to-cash ratio. You heard right, I use a new metric to evaluate this company. The reason is P ratio or price to sales ratio doesn't make any sense. They seem very ridiculous and the investors don't look at when they sell. Last year, Moderna expected that 2021 and 2022 could be a variant epidemics instead of pandemic, and 2023 and upcoming years considered as endemic. We are far behind the projections, and the vaccine makers profited from them mostly. The company updated these numbers and increased advance purchase agreements. The important point is US fall 2022 booster market. They expect up to $2 billion just in the US. If we won't use face masks in the second half of this year, we will probably need a lot of booster shots. I don't count even the new variants. Moderna stock fell to overly high expectations, Jeffrey is managing director. In my opinion, it doesn't make any sense what he said, because the reason behind the recent sell-off is not the expectations. The company has even raised its sales for this year. The truth is, they get huge amount of money to analyze these companies. I know sometimes it's hard to find a reason. Moderna stock has tumbled enough for a long time beer to say stop selling. So the Wall Street mostly manipulates the market and don't be a victim. Now you see the Moderna stock price chart. The stock price is about April levels and the RSI index is 24. The stock price is in oversold area. And we didn't such a bad performance for years. Let me summarize the situation. There are a lot of short-term investors who want to sell the stock at the same time. That's why the stock price is falling like a rock. The point is, you can choose the stock but not the shareholders. Now we are probably in the middle of huge market correction and new catalysts are probably on the way. Fed decisions, big tech sell-offs, and too optimistic news about the end of pandemic can trigger more sell-offs. In my opinion, it's not the best time to sell. On the other hand, the stock price can still drop about 50% and hit $100. Now it's 1/3 of market cap is cash and the pipeline is very strong. And for the long term, it's one of the best biotechnology bets. BioNTech has almost identical stock price behavior like Moderna. On Friday, its market cap was about $35 billion. Its average volume is about 3.4 million shares per day, and on Friday it was about 4.4 million shares. This is a typical sell-off rally. Let me explain what they are missing. This video was based on facts, not my opinions. According to CEO Uğur Şahin, the company will bring individualized cancer medicine in 2023. And in 2025, the company will have multiple mRNA products in the market. And according to CEO, by 2035, 1/3 of all newly approved drugs will be based on mRNA technology. According to my calculations, the stock price may hit $1,800 by 2035. If you want to hear more details about my analysis, you can find the link in our vaccine playlist. It's not a bad idea to have a look at CNN's Fear and Greed Index. I think they will update this also after Friday's sell-off, because the Wall Street was in panic. This index shows fear and greed over time, and we are heading to extreme fear area. That's why I expect more sell-offs. Like Moderna, BioNTech has also a lot of cash, and also its price to cash ratio is about 3. The company expects to bring multiple mRNA products in next 3 years, and can generate more than $10 billion in revenues. In addition to that, if you face a new variant, you will probably get a lot of premium to your shares. Let's continue with Novavax. The stock price on Friday was $84, and like other vaccine makers, more than 20% down from last week levels. The average price target estimation for this year is $270, which is almost 4x from this level. Last week, TGA granted provisional registration for Novavax COVID-19 vaccine. The problem with this company is timing. When we could get these news in August, the stock price could hit even 500 like other vaccine makers. Now they get what they promised, but we don't see any reaction. The biggest drawback of this company is its management. But however, the company has still a lot of potential. Last week, a lot of hedge funds increased their positions. For example, Wealthfront advisors increased their position more than 1000%. Now, a lot of investors sell their shares with huge losses and institutions are collecting them. $80 may be a critical point from the technical point of view, and if the stock price breaks this level, may fall further. The company doesn't have so advanced pipeline like Moderna and BioNTech, but Novavax can still be a game changer. When the company combines its COVID-19 vaccine with influenza and RSV vaccines, they can generate a blockbuster. The RSV market is growing and is expected to reach $4.2 billion by 2027. On the other hand, Moderna wants to also combine COVID-19 flu and RSV vaccines. In this case, Novavax has the pole position because its RSV vaccine is more advanced than Moderna's. By the way, gold may rise in upcoming months and we took a video about gold mining company. If you're interested, just click on the link. So, I want to sum up the topics about the vaccine stocks. First of all, like Warren Buffett said, hot stocks can evaporate. Now, a lot of investors think that pandemic will be over soon and there will no need to vaccines. That's why they want to sell their shares like no tomorrow. As I previously told you, you can choose the stock but not the shareholders. These companies have huge potential. In addition to that, mRNA vaccine makers have also huge cash. They will eventually bounce back and you should be patient. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching till the end. Please give a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye.